Hi, I'm Hank Hallowell, President of the Board of Directors here at America's Transportation Experience, the AACA Museum. We're here in our main gallery with Whitney Houston's 1986 Rolls-Royce Silver Spur Limousine, built just for her. And we're going to be talking about it in 1 second. But before we do, a few things about Whitney Houston, of course, she was the most awarded female artist, winning 415 awards during her lifetime. She died at the age of 48 in 2012. Doesn't seem that long ago, but it's true. And she had 7 #1 top hits in the Billboard Top 100 during her career. So probably one of the most prolific and awarded recording artists of our time. The car looks like a run-of-the-mill stretched limousine. However, that's not the case at all. It's a hand-built custom car, which took about 6 months for Rolls-Royce to construct in their Milner Park Ward shops in Crewe, England, at their main plant. Obviously, it's got the typical Rolls-Royce hallmarks, the Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament that everybody talks about, wants to see. But it goes much deeper than this. It's powered by a hand-built 412 Rolls-Royce V8. One engine and 100 were removed from the production line and torn down to check them for any wear items at all. It's hand balanced and it's designed for almost silent running. Unlike sports cars, we want the opposite with these cars. We want them to be completely silent so that the passengers are not disturbed. There are no seams in this car. In a traditional car, you'll see seams where the fenders meet the header panels, or back here where the fenders meet the cowl. These are hand leaded. There's probably 500 pounds of lead in this car. And then it goes through an extensive buff and spray process for this beautiful hand-rubbed finish, which is held up magnificently because, keep in mind, it's a 1986 automobile. They built 16 of these cars in 1986, and you had a choice. I'll just stand aside so you can get a shot of the car. You had a choice of 3 wheelbases. Extensions, 14 inches, 36 inches, or this car, which is 42 inch. They would do anything you wanted as far as interior fitments were concerned. But like any other Rolls-Royce Silver Spur or Silver Spirit, which was produced from 1980 all the way to 1998, that's one of their longest running models. It's all about the way the car is assembled and the attention to detail. Again, it's a hand-built car. This is also the last 100% Rolls-Royce traditional English car. After this, the cars were no longer powered by Rolls-Royce's own V8. They went to a V12 supplied by BMW. And then eventually BMW bought the Rolls-Royce brand totally from Vickers, which was the parent company of Rolls-Royce at the time. So the most famous part about a Rolls-Royce is the Rolls-Royce grille and the badging. Rolls-Royce, for most of its existence until its BMW buyout, had one man, and all he did was assemble the Rolls-Royce grille by hand and then install it in the car by hand. So this is a hand-built, hand-adjusted grille. These louvers across the front are meant to mimic the way really louvers in the cars in the 30s, 20s, and 30s operated. These were thermostatically controlled originally. So if it was a cold day, they'd close the thermostat would close the louvers completely, and if it was a warm day, it would open them up all the way. They're in the open form here, and that's the way Rolls-Royce made them all the way till the end. The famous Rolls-Royce badge for Mr. Rolls and Mr. Royce was originally in red. So it's all about the way Rolls-Royces are put together and the materials that they use to give you a complete riding, driving experience, because Rolls-Royces are marketed as the very best cars in the world. Inside, you have a choice of 3 different types of wood, all hand polished, lacquered, and fitted. It's burl walnut with inlaid boxwood trim, capped in standard walnut for durability along the top of the door panel. The seats are all Connelly leather, hand buffed and hand stitched at the factory. This is extra thick leather. It's not like leather that you'd find in an American production car today. Wears like iron. Each car is fitted with a hand-stitched 100% sheepskin overlay over top of Wilton wool carpeting. All designed, of course, to be totally smooth, quiet, and give you the ultimate driving experience. Closes like a safe. This is the center stretch section, which came available in 3 lengths, 14, 36, or this car as 42-inch stretch section. Again, they made 16 of these. This center section housed really anything you wanted it to house. Extra seating, a cabinetry, refrigeration, sound and audio equipment. This car has all of that. Of course, it's Whitney Houston's, you'd expect that. It also has a glass power division window so that you can shut out the chauffeur, and it has an intercom system in the back so Ms. Houston could speak directly to the chauffeur over the intercom if she wanted him to stop, or really basically anything else you might think. This car, the Silver Spur Limousine, is based on the Silver Spur sedan, which is a stretched version of the Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit. As I said earlier, it was built from 1980 to 1998. And the Silver Spur Limousine took the place and succeeded the Phantom 6 Limousine, which was in production really for a very long time and brought the Limousine series into the standard-bodied Rolls-Royce. In the back, we have a much more lavish woodwork arrangement than we did in the front where the chauffeur was, which you'd expect, frankly. Again, it's inlaid burled walnut with a walnut cap and inlaid boxwood seaming. Also, an inlaid total burled walnut door panel, individual temperature controls from the rear built into the door, which is unusual. Obviously, ashtrays, power controls, switches to handle anything you'd want, and complete with a cut glass crystal service from Rolls-Royce for Miss Houston. So it's a magnificent car. You might notice that it's sitting a little lower in the rear than it is in the front. I'll close the door a little bit so that you can pick that up. That's because these cars have a fully hydraulic suspension, unlike any other car in the world. It's built for an unparalleled ride, and when the car is turned off, the rear suspension drops a little bit to make it easier to get in and out. Those are called accumulators, and because they accumulate the fluid, the suspension system in this car operates on mineral oil. And in the trunk, in a compartment off to the right-hand side, there's a little tiny supply of mineral oil in a bottle so that the chauffeur could top off the car at any time. And that's a traditional Rolls-Royce Silver Spur, Silver Spirit, and Silver Shadow feature. The car is topped with an Everflex vinyl roof. And unlike an American car, the rain gutter is built into the car. And the Everflex vinyl roof is attached to that. This is all original. In fact, this entire car is original. Rolls-Royce refers to these as fine lines. We think of it as pinstriping. But this car is a complete, intact, original example and exactly the way it was when Miss Houston owned it. The ACA Museum is open every day of the year except Christmas, Easter, and New Year's, and we hope you'll come and visit us with your family. You can see this car as well as 100 others on exhibit. Plus, if it's not on our main gallery, it's available for you to see in our behind-the-scenes tour in our storage building behind the museum. We hope to see you soon.